Now, okay, maybe I'm a sucker for punishment, but I've always had a soft spot for the Bsa R10s. I've had problems with all of them, what I've owned, straight out of the box too. Still, I do like them. The Bsa, they are a nice design, the Bsa R10s. Lovely looking rifles, and if you get a good one, nice to shoot. Now the Bsa Super 10 I owned in the way distant past was absolutely a cracking rifle for its time. Great little bunny basher, the Super 10 bull barrel there. Very accurate rifles, and sadly I don't have any video footage of the Super 10 at that time, but sometimes needs must, and you fancy a change, and you sell the rifle to fund another rifle. And I must admit, ever since letting the Super 10 go, I did totally regret it. And God knows where it is now, but it was a cracking rifle. So along came the Bsa R10 Mark II a few years down the line. Lovely looking rifle, a nice balanced accurate rifle, the R10s Mark II. But only owning the rifle from new, this model had regulator problems and it had various leaks too. When the rifle was fine, it performed excellently. Using acapella pellets, this rifle was an accurate little bunny basher. Nice to look at too. But a couple of years in, I finally got fed up with the R10 and its problems. So simply got fed up with the leaks, etc. over time. So this rifle was sold on. Fast forward a couple of years, I missed the R10s, so I invested in another one. Give them another go, like you do. Again, accurate rifle, just let down again with regulator problems, leaks, and a totally new one on me. This time was a faulty butt plate. Now the spacer was cracked on the butt plate on this R10, so the entire stock went to Bsa to replace the entire stock, and it got replaced, but the rifle just felt different to me when I received my replacement stock. I just couldn't gel with it. It felt like a totally new gun again with the new stock, so I kind of wished I'd not swapped it out and kept the original, kept the defective one, to be honest. So again, the R10 was sold on. Two R10s straight out of the box, both with problems. Now don't get me wrong, all PCPs will and do have leaks, that's a given over time, but just maybe the Bsa regulators aren't all there cracked up to me, to be honest. Fast forward a couple of years and I fancied another R10. Now I did have my eyes on the R10 TH, again a cracking looking rifle, full mount stock, adjustable, 500cc bottle, big shot count. Now it's around £1,000 price point. I was really tempted to dip in again, and that was until I stumbled across this, the Bsa R10 Firefly, a limited run from McAvoy Guns, only 120 made, and it's basically an R10 SE in red pepper laminate. And it came as a bundle with case, strap, bipod for around £1,000 at the time when bought new. So I managed to come across one, and I do like the laminate on the Firefly, and that was what kind of swayed me. So yeah, why not take a gamble again? So chronograph time on all three of the rifles I own. Now the Daystate Wolverine is on the low side, coming in around 10.7 foot-pounds now with JSB heavies. But basically for a rat rifle at 30 yards, I do favour accuracy over power The Wolverine is pinpoint accuracy. I may down the line have it turned slightly up, but yeah, I'm still pleased with it, even though it's kind of low. Then again, imagine if you'd have paid top dollar for this rifle, averages on the Chronograph, full price, would you be pleased? Now the HW100 is spot on. 11.5 foot-pounds, using field target trophies, never misses a beat. The Vidog, outstanding rifle. This is the full Fummel version in 2.2, cracking German engineered rifle, the HW100. Can't fault it. So, what is the Bsa Firefly SE showing on the Chronograph? Is it going to be in the sweet spot, 11.5 foot-pounds? Or again, the dreaded Bsa regulator problem? Will it strike again?
10.0 10.1 10.2.
And yeah, surprise, surprise, it's kind of low. This was verified on 2 chronographs. It was a field targets trophy. Very low.
10.0 10.1 10.0.2.
Even the heavier JSB pellets didn't fare any better. So it is low, but it's accurate and it's consistent. But I did want to send the rifle in for an health check anyway, so might as well tweak the power while it's there. And basically see if it's all tickety-boo with the regulator, etc. So in the meantime, before it's off to the shop, I was just going to see how consistent the rifle is. I was initially impressed with the shrouded barrel and the sound mod. It cuts out the noise down on the R10. Very impressive. Really quiet. Now this isn't as bad as it looks. There's a fair few 10-shot groupings here. Even though the rifle is on the low side, the reg is pretty consistent. Again, just playing about with the R10 before it goes into the shop for an health check. Not the ideal conditions, as you can see, trying to get tight shot groups today. And just to give a mention to the Firefly's 200cc bottle. The original bottle was a kind of greeny grey thing. Personally, it kind of stood out on the rifle for all the wrong reasons, so the previous owner replaced the bottle with the standard black bottle. I kind of agree, it does look better for it. Now, considering the gales I was shooting under, this ain't bad. There's 10-shot groups, not too shabby. Now from a full charge on the bottle down to about 100 bar. Various 10-shot groups. Using the JSB heavy Diablos. The R10 Firefly performing excellent. Now I do find also using the splatter targets, the groupings look actually bigger than if you were using just plain white card. I think in the next video, where I will be using a variety of pellets in the R10, I will just use the plain white card setup. The splatter targets kind of distort the impact of the pellets, making the groupings slightly bigger, or seem to appear bigger to the eye. Now that's a pulled shot on my part. So yeah, a couple of weeks testing the rifle, no leaks, pellet probe smooth, magazine works fine, apart from being slightly underpowered, the rifle shoots like a dream. So off to the shop to tweak the hammer spring, and just a general health check on the regulator was in order. Okay, the rifle's back. I decided to fit the pod to the R10 just to show hopefully some good groups. I always rush when I'm filming. That's the lazy part of me. I find it easier in the editing. Rush the shots, easier to edit. The quicker I string the shots. So that's my excuse anyway. I will show the chronograph reading at the end of the video. I'll see when it's finally outputted. So yeah, 10 shot strings here, 30 yards, not much of a breeze. It's 5p pen size groupings. I just love the pod. Nice, clear, crisp sight picture from the pod. Some not bad shots either. I'm back on the farm again. Pretty breezy again on here. Really fighting the wind up here, but as you can see, the pellet is going where it wants to go, even though it looks like I'm on a rocking boat at the minute. Ignore the shots in the centre of the target. I'm slightly fine tuning the pod. I'm just going to make a pellet hole and use that for a grouping shot. Pull that shot. That's down to me. Now the land where this is being filmed, where I'm shooting, I generally only use rim fire or centre fire for this area. I find the conditions too hard for air rifle use, to be honest. The wind here very rarely lets up, so it's kind of challenging with a sub 12 foot-pound rifle to do any hunting here. It's okay for inside the barns, but outside and around it's really quite challenging. Never lets up. Or maybe I'm just getting too old. So earlier the R10 on the chronograph was slightly underpowered, coming in at 10.4 foot-pound, with the hammer springs slightly adjusted.
11.4.
The rifle now averages 11.4 using GSB heavies. It's a nice little sweet spot.
11.3. 11.4. 11.4.
The rifle now averages 11.4 using GSB heavies. It's a nice little sweet spot. So yeah, it's nice to have an R10 back in my small collection. It's definitely a keeper, that's for sure. Love this red pepper laminate. Some striking colours in the stock. And I just love the style of the R10s. Really nice rifles to shoulder. So I have the Daystate Wolverine in 177, the HW100 in 22, and finally the Bsa R10 Firefly in 22. Overall, who comes top in accuracy, handling, design? Number one would be the HW100. Accurate, can't be beat, loading magazine system, simple magazine design. Second would be the Daystate Wolverine. Accurate, it is in 177 after all. A very accurate rifle. Third, and by no means detrimental to the rifle, the Bsa R10 Firefly. Accurate and reliable, especially when you get a good one. But for all its faults, I'm a sucker for the looks and feel of the rifle, and I'm pretty chuffed it is in my small collection, where it will be staying. I may change the regulator if it comes problematic down the line. I've heard good things about the Humor Edge, so you never know. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, it's appreciated, and I will see you the next time on the Huntsman Channel.